And I want you to get ready for a powerful living it out session. I mean, I am so excited. Periodically we kind of switched a little bit from the inspirational teaching, and we talk about life. We talk about life on planet Earth. And how many people can, oh man, are you excited about the year 2025? I am so excited about this year. I am. And I have a guest in the studio today. And before I go any further, can somebody say happy or welcome to Women's History Month? March, put your hands together. Can I hear from the ladies, the women, our History Month? And I have someone here in the studio that has really made her footprint and have done some powerful things in the culinary arts. And I just am so excited and blessed to have her in the studio. Put it together for Chris Brown.
Thank
Yes,
you.
yes.
Thank you.
Yes, she is the founder and the executive director of the Empowered Kitchen. Chris been in uh, Jacksonville for over 25 years, and just in that place where sometimes it's not that easy for women to just jump right into a culinary arts and become a restaurant owner. I I got to hear from you. Talk to us, Chris. Tell us a little bit about the the Empowered Kitchen, and how you got to where you are.
Well, it all started really after culinary and all of that. I opened up a restaurant um, after working in professional kitchens for about 15 years. You find that only 7% of restaurants are led by women.
Wow.
So if you turn that around, 93% are run by male.
Mm,
So, but who's the one that cooks at home?
that's right.
But who are you paying to cook for you?
Mm,
And I say this over and over and over again whenever I'm speaking to people in conferences or like speaking with your group this past year.
yes.
Um, it's really important to understand who you're supporting
Yes.
and why.
Yes.
So, the Empowered Kitchen was founded in 2019. And we did that in order to help women in underserved areas get out of situations economically and build themselves up and try to make a difference in food deserts in
Wow.
our local communities, along with generational wealth.
I love that. I love that. Dealing with the food deserts and empowering us to have generational wealth. I know someone said, now, Dr. Tachi already said the empowered Christian. Yeah, you know me, I'm all right. But the empowered woman, the empowered woman who can say, hey, look, I'm taking this from my kitchen and I'm going to open a restaurant,
Right?
right? And so many times people say they have what some people may say a lofty idea or dream, but it's not lofty if you could walk it out.
Correct.
How would a person walk out the process from my kitchen to a restaurant?
See, with our program, you have 4 stages of mentoring, and you're mentored by women in our community that are leaders in their industry.
Wow.
So you're getting top notch mentoring for free.
Mm.
So, what we're doing is we're taking you from a business plan,
Uh-huh.
banking, what you need to understand about money and how to pay your taxes,
Yes.
income tax, whether it be sales tax, anything like that. So, the very beginning is all understanding the business aspect of it.
Yes.
And we even take you in the next steps through the food,
Mm-hmm.
what it is, your recipes. Let's tweak your recipes and make them profitable.
Wow. So now, from what I'm hearing you say, and like I say, y'all know Auntie Ty. I'm Auntie Ty sometimes. I go way out there. But I'm thinking about this thing. You mean to tell me grandmother that's been cooking food that make you go to sleep every holiday because it's so good
Yep.
can actually become empowered
Yes.
and share all of that with others and make money
Yes.
and leave wealth, generational wealth. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, because once they create the name and once they create their whole persona and their history in that restaurant and they hand it down and you hand it down, you're creating jobs not only in your community, but you're creating generational wealth
Wow.
through your family's history.
Yes.
And your history is based on your food. Think about it.
Yes.
When you go to a family dinner, there's specific items that you expect to be on that table.
Yes.
And when the one person is now transitioned that made that specific item, it's a big deal to step into those shoes. It's a big deal.
It is. It is.
So if you have mentoring behind you that gives you the business acumen, gives you the food and the recipe testing, and gives you marketing training,
Right.
you've got a step ahead. So why not take advantage of it?
That is awesome, man. And I tell you the truth, if I could cook just a little bit, I would jump in there. I'm so excited. As you said before, we Soul Winds Connection. We recently had an event. She did the best she could. Somebody say, yeah.
Yeah.
And Chris was right there on target, and you helped pull some caterers together. You worked with us. I mean, people are still talking about how good that food was.
That's great.
And I am so excited about how much of a blessing you were to us and the panel discussion. One of the things, and we're here today because some of the attendees want to hear more from you, and they want to hear more about the barriers that they would encounter in trying to get into an industry that you find few women, and how do I navigate my way through that obstacle course?
Well, I mean, one, you have to start. The beginning of everything is you have to begin.
Yes.
And without starting, you're not going to get to the end. So what I say to people is, what is your passion? Is your passion serving people, or is your passion cooking for people? So if your passion is for serving, then get into the restaurant industry, understand the customer service, understand what people are looking for, and ask the questions. And if your passion is cooking, even if you make one thing, master that one thing.
Wow.
And make that one thing better than anybody else there is.
Okay, I'm getting inspired about my omelets.
There you go. There you go.
Getting inspired.
And one of the most exciting things about 2025 for the Empowered Kitchen is, as of January 6th, we went inside the jail.
Wow.
So now we are doing job skills training for women in the misdemeanor program.
That's awesome.
And they will be able to come out and get jobs with women that are launching their food businesses.
So you're saying even if a woman has a tattered background, she made some mistakes, got some misdemeanors out there, and been counted out,
yes,
so to speak, your organization is going behind the walls, yes, behind the jail cells, and say, let us give you a bridge out of here.
Yes.
That is so awesome.
And that's one of the things we talked about on that very first night. In the first half an hour of the 3-hour class, we talked about, look, we're here to help you not return here.
Come on.
We want you to see the road out and see the road better.
Yes.
So if you have an opportunity, it's right here in front of you. Take it.
Right.
It's free. And we have partners in the restaurant industry we're going to help you. We're going to do everything we can to get you a job when you get out.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, how would a woman, like say when she gets out and you have women in the community and they got, hey, I'm in there, I'm ready, and then they find out that okay, I'm in a male dominated uh, sector, industry.
Mm-hmm.
How do I handle myself as a woman? How do I not come on too strong? How do I learn how to get along? What are some tools you would give?
One of the things that we give is listening.
Yes.
When you go into a new environment, the best thing to do is listen,
Oh
because you're
man,
going to see who the leaders are that are currently in there and how are they leading.
I love that. You know, my dad, who's 105 years old, right? He told me, he said, daughter, whenever you go into a new space, sit back and listen.
Yeah.
Just listen. Go ahead.
So when you see how they're leading and see how they're leading, and then you come in, and what we have taught you is lead by example.
Right.
So when you walk into a kitchen, the very first thing you're going to do every single day is wash your hands.
Yes.
That's going to be your first movement in a kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to see what the normal movements are,
Uh-huh.
and you're going to build on those with the experience that we gave you in our kitchen.
Yes.
So you can set the standard of cleanliness,
Mm-hmm.
set the example, and always be the example.
Wow. You know, and that's where I love that. You know, listening, setting the standard, and being the example. So sometimes, and I'm gonna say it, in the faith-based community, we miss that part of it. You know, sometimes we want to bring too much to the table when you just need to listen. You set a standard. Oh my, come in there with excellence that God may be glorified. And then just walk that out. So I can see so clearly how the empowered kitchen is directly in a line with what's expected of us in the
Right.
body of Christ and otherwise outside of the body of Christ. It's just awesome.
Well, the best thing is, one of the things that we try to get across to people is we're focusing on our community.
Okay.
I can't change the world, but I can make a change with one person.
One person.
And one person might change it for two people.
I love it.
But let me start with one person. And then, so anybody that wants to support us can go to theempoweredkitchen.org.
Uh-huh.
They can learn about us. They can see what we're doing. We do a lot of social media.
Okay.
And then they can donate directly through our website.
All right. And that was again?
And that is theempoweredkitchen.org.
Okay. Now, is there a telephone number they can call as well? Or
It'll be on that same website, theempoweredkitchen.org.
Uh-huh.
And you can reach out to us. And if you
Okay.
have any questions, and applications are on that website.
Wow.
So if you've got the inclination,
Uh-huh.
please fill out the
And
application.
are you also on Facebook?
Yes.
Okay.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the above.
You're out there, Chris.
We are.
All right. So if there was one nugget you need to leave in 30 seconds, one nugget, what would that nugget be?
Feed her future.
Feed her future. Oh, that's awesome. Feed her future. Chris, I'm so glad you came into the studio. You're a woman. You're passionate about what you're doing. When I say you're a woman, you are one that's birthing others into their destiny, helping them, nurturing. Oh God, I just love this. And I tell you, thank you so much for tuning in to a moment of inspiration, living it out segment. And we will see you next week with another powerful message. Don't you leave this dial, because God has a what? A blessing for you.